Okay, so picture this. You're standing at the bottom of a giant cliff, so tall you can't even see the top clearly. And way up there, almost touching the sky, there's a nest. But not just any nest. This nest is made completely out of cinnamon. Yes, the same cinnamon you put on toast or in coffee. And the creature guarding it? Ancient peoples believed it was so powerful that the only way to get even a small piece of that nest was to shoot arrows into the sky and hope something fell down. This strange bird was called the Cinnamologus, the cinnamon bird. Long ago, ancient Greek and Roman writers talked about this bird like it was real. Even Herodotus, who was known as the father of history, wrote about it. He said the bird lived deep in Arabia, in places humans could not easily reach: high cliffs, steep mountains, dangerous rocks. What made this bird special was not fire or magic powers, it was its nest. The Cinnamologus was said to collect the finest cinnamon bark and carry it high up to build its home on cliff edges. No one could climb up there. No one could steal from it. Now remember, in the ancient world, cinnamon was extremely valuable. It was rare and expensive. Sometimes it was worth more than gold. Kings used it in rituals. Rich people used it as perfume. It was one of the most desired spices in the world. And here was a bird sitting on a huge pile of it. So how did people get the cinnamon? According to the legend, harvesters came up with a clever trick. They would take large pieces of raw meat and throw them up toward the nest. The bird would see the meat and think it was food. It would grab the heavy meat and carry it back to its nest. But the meat was so heavy that when the bird landed, the nest would break apart. Pieces of cinnamon would fall down from the cliff to the ground below. The people waiting at the bottom would collect the fallen cinnamon and sell it for a high price. It sounds crazy, and honestly, it probably is. Most likely, the Cinnamologus never existed exactly like this. But the cinnamon was real. It mainly came from places like Sri Lanka and parts of Southeast Asia. Traders kept the real source a secret so no one else could compete with them. So instead of telling the truth, they told a story. They said cinnamon came from a dangerous bird that built nests on impossible cliffs. That way, no one would try to find the real source. It was smart business, a myth used as marketing. There's also a connection to another famous bird, the phoenix. Both were said to live in distant eastern lands. Both were linked to something rare and powerful. Some historians believe that the strong smell of burning spices in ancient rituals helped create these legends about magical birds. The phoenix became a symbol of rebirth. The Cinnamologus became a symbol of trade and wealth. And here's the amazing part. The demand for spices like cinnamon helped push exploration across the world. Ships sailed farther, new lands were searched and mapped. The desire for spices changed history. So even if the cinnamon bird was just a story, its legend played a role in shaping the world. Today, cinnamon is still everywhere, in food, perfumes, candles, and desserts. It's no longer guarded by a mythical bird on a cliff. But the legend remains. And maybe that's the real power of the Cinnamologus. Not fire, not magic, just a story strong enough to last for thousands of years.